Welcome to SATO48, the TV show. SATO48 stands for Springfield and the Ozarks 48-Hour Film Challenge, where teams of filmmakers have 48 hours, just 2 days, to make a 5-minute movie. The twist? They don't know what that movie has to be about until it's revealed to them in the form of an inspiration package! Today on SATO48, the TV show, we meet the multi-talented Gracie Simmonds and Shannon Sherrow. Their collaboration has spawned among the most memorable SATO48 films ever. Their sci-fi entry, Reset, is a must-see. And Good Girl, entered in the Twister Alley Film Festival, led to an amazing opportunity for Shannon, which we'll hear about a little later. Gracie, who moved to Los Angeles in 2019 and now is back in town, participated this year with actress Dana Powell, known for her role as Pamela on Modern Family, the movie Bridesmaid, and TV's The Office, Veep, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Gracie won Best Direction this year for her film, ROBO.
I said, don't ever eat fried foods before curtain.
Oh my God.
Does anyone know where Riley and Jared are?
Oh, I think they're still fighting.
Okay, well, whatever. All right, everybody, this is show 4. We know this thing. So let's just go out there and have some fun.
Low stakes.
Yes, who cares, right?
I care.
No, I know you do, Kurt.
I'm going deep tonight.
Okay.
Have they called you yet?
No. What I mean is just relax and have a good time.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you say that. I know that this is your play, but I was thinking tonight about maybe doing something a little different.
Hold that thought, Gabby.
Well,
Hello, this is Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. This is Eileen from Dykstra's office.
Oh, hello.
Mr. Dykstra loved your pages and will be in the audience tonight. If things go well, he'd like to hire you for a certain project in a galaxy far, far away.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right? Break a leg. I mean, let's not break anything this time.
House opens in 1 minute. Have fun, low stakes.
Places, everybody. Kurt, why are you not dressed?
Retrieving costume.
okay, as I was saying, I'm not really connecting with RoboCop's wife as a character,
Okay,
so I was
Gabby,
thinking about...
Gabby, what is that beeping?
Oh, it's a smoke alarm battery.
Okay.
Joyce!
What?
Oh, you gotta go call mommy. This guy's an amateur. Oh my God, you're being so rude to me this week. Dude, I'm the villain. I'm method acting.
All right, boys, places.
Method acting. You're eating an apple, okay? Does your guy love fruit? Does yours? Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm done. Go to Juilliard for 7 years, super senior, and you get stuck with this crap.
I need to open the house.
Okay, go. Kurt! Kurt! I need you on stage before all of the audience is seated. What is that? What's on your face?
Before I was masquerading as RoboCop, but now I am RoboCop.
Okay.
Ta-da! I'm the son! I'm RoboCop's son. Honestly, I feel like it works a little bit better.
Well, Jared's gone, but I know all of his lines, so I can just do both parts. I'm that good.
Fine, low stakes.
Yeah.
No! High stakes! Ryan Dykstra is going to be in the audience tonight, and I don't want a single one of you making me look stupid in front of him. Again! This is my chance. My last chance to get out of this stupid place and do something that actually matters.
Ladies and Robo-Men, please take your seats.
Break legs.
I hope you're ready for for tonight's show of ROBO, please remember to silence your cell phones and your toddlers. Tonight's show is full of heart.
Hello,
laughs,
this is Joyce.
Hi, Eileen again. Mr. Dykstra couldn't make it,
So I hope you brought some tissues
but we'll be in touch soon, okay?
and some WD-40.
Okay.
All right, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's presentation of ROBO.
Half man, half robot, all cop.
Robo, what a fun film. I'm here with Gracie Simmonds, actor, writer, and director of this amazing 5-minute short. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, absolutely. So this was it was a oneer, right?
A oneer, yeah.
One shot. So why, with only 48 hours, did you decide on this? Tell us the story.
Sure, I had the same question. My DP desperately wanted to try a oneer, and I made the joke, you want to do it during a 48-hour film competition? And then he seemed very passionate about it and then was able to draw maps and do all kinds of things for camera work. And so I said, all right, let's go.
So what do you mean draw maps?
As to where our location was, where we're going to be shooting, and then where would the camera need to be in order for us to pull this off.
But you didn't know the location.
We did not. One person in our team did because he works there, but he wasn't even present yet when we were doing all
that's
this.
not very helpful.
No. So we kind of drew it from what we thought it was going to be and then went from there.
So he convinced you.
He did. Rather easily.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Had you ever shot one?
Never.
Directed one? Okay.
Never shot a oneer in my life.
One of the things we like to do is give tips and tricks to filmmakers who are starting out. What's the main takeaway from doing a oneer?
I would say rehearse, rehearse, rehearse.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you?
We sure did. We rehearsed from about 9:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday.
That's a lot of rehearsal.
There's a lot of rehearsal to make sure it would be pulled off flawlessly.
And so was part of that rehearsal doing the entire script from beginning to end and then going back and doing sections, or how did that work?
We broke it into sections and did it that way in order to help us with our lines and know if we needed to make cuts, where are these cuts going to be, and also can we pull this off?
I see. So you wrote, and so then and you were in it and directed it. How did that come? I mean, was that overwhelming? Again, I would say to you, in 48 hours, you're in Los Angeles, couldn't you just pull somebody off the street?
Yeah, yes, I could, yes. And I had plenty of other people to help, but it was my group I was with, we just all love working together so much, so it was just so flawless to come together and pull it off that way. So I would say, though, my director brain and my actor brain would often cross wires, and there'd be plenty of times I was just staring at the camera. So.
When you should have been looking at
and
another character.
And I would have to call cut on myself.
That's right. So. Talk a little bit about that, because you used to live in Los Angeles, and you're back here in Springfield now, but this time out in Los Angeles is when you met these people?
Yes, so we had actually we all met in like Groundlings and UCB, those comedy schools, and we had done a 48-hour film festival in LA just a few months ago, and we had an absolute blast, and I loved it. So I thought, why not do it again with them? And then I was also lucky enough to get Dana Powell to be our lead in the ROBO.
Right, Dana Powell from Modern Family, playing Pamarin, right? That's your character, Cameron's sister, Pamarin.
Yes.
So how did you know Dana?
Actually, we met on the Mystery Hour. I was a writer and performer on the Mystery Hour here in Springfield, and we had her as a guest, I believe in
the Mystery Hour. I've never heard of it. Go ahead.
And we had her as a guest, and it was right before I moved to Los Angeles, and she said, hey, I heard you're moving out, here's my number, call me when you get in town, and you kind of think, sure, I'll do that. And I did, and we've been terrific friends ever since.
Yeah, it's networking.
Yes.
We call them parties, but it's not. They're fun, they're party-like, but really it's like meeting people, what are you working on next, and sort of, just kind of making connections.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. In the writing process, did you work alone, or was it collaborative and then you go away and write, or how do you work?
It was very collaborative.
Okay.
It was helpful because we had the packet just projected on the wall, and we were able to look and just kind of go through that and just really get bones to it. And we're all improvisers, so we're all one-upping each other and doing better bits and jokes and like, okay, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? So it was like an absolute blast to write it, actually.
When you are coming up with your own ideas, do you put yourself through as much pressure and time constraints as you do with SATO48?
I try.
Okay.
I actually did write a short film knowing, hey, I've written full-on stories within 3 to 5 pages before. Surely I can do this. And then it ended up being like a 40-page script.
Right.
So I was like, never mind.
And I'm asking because I wonder if there's something, not exactly magic, but there's something about being in this crucible that purity sometimes comes through. You get out of your own way is kind of the expression.
Yeah.
And go with like the most exciting idea instead of having time to second guess.
Yeah, I think it is. You just have to land on something quick because you don't have the time, and then go with it. Build from there instead of being questioning too much.
Now we're going to talk about you and Shannon and going to film festivals and this quality that comes across through your short films that other people who maybe spend 6 months on their short film are like, oh really, you did that in 48 hours? Well, I hate you. Without saying so much because it is show business. Yes. But we're going to do that when we come back. We're going to be with Shannon Michelle, who helped Gracie on many, many films in SATO48. You stay tuned, don't go away, you're going to learn so much. We are here with Shannon Michelle, actor, also writer and director. What a team you two are. Welcome to the show, Shannon.
Thank you.
So you two met through SATO48.
We met doing a play.
Oh, you met during a play.
And
okay,
then we decided
great.
to do SATO48 together.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so what was your first foray into SATO48?
Yeah, so we both came from the comedy world, so we decided to do a comedy together, and Gracie was a writer, and I wanted to try my hand in directing, so we were like, let's team up and make a comedy together.
And what was it called?
Dating Fails.
Dating Fails. How did that go?
Well...
So, what do you do for work?
I'm too pretty to work, silly.
Okay, well, laugh all you want, but we're going to have words.
It was a lot of fun. We learned a lot of lessons, but overall it was a really great experience just being able to do our first short film together.
And so, and by lessons, everything from organization, I imagine, to what a time crunch means, to size of cast.
Size of cast, that's
Size
a great
of cast was the biggest because we had far too many cast members.
And how many did you have?
A lot, maybe like 10.
At least 10 speaking, and then a couple extras.
Oh my gosh, yes, that would be a quick lesson to learn.
Yes.
How quickly did you realize that you'd made this mistake?
Well, definitely in the edit when we actually had to cut complete characters out of it.
Yeah, I think we cut out 3, maybe 4 characters totally out of the film.
You gotta follow through on the assignments.
And then you gotta call them and say, come to the screening anyway and buy a ticket.
Yes.
Yes.
You still gotta make sure they're gonna help promote and get you out there and vote.
They actually did not take it that bad.
I know.
Yeah, they understood.
Now, dating fails, but your partnership didn't.
Correct.
Because
I think
the
it got
next year-
stronger.
We had so much fun, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna come back and do it again.
And you did.
And we did.
We did.
And that was Good Girl.
Thanks so much.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah. So that was a very dark drama where a woman experiences domestic violence in her family and then ends up killing her father, basically, and is in prison and has kind of lost her mind from it. So it was pretty dark.
I'm a good girl. I always do as Daddy says.
Cheery. But we had a small cast, so.
We had a much smaller
It
cast.
was a smaller cast, and we used actors that we felt really comfortable with, and we knew they were just gonna bring it all themselves in such a short amount of time. That was really important.
And they were so good, the police got called on us while we were filming.
They did. They thought it was actually a domestic situation happening in the building.
When you were writing this, did you guys decide in advance, let's do a drama, let's change it up a little bit?
I don't think so. I think it was just kind of what was influencing us at the time. And then I do remember too somebody pitching like, hey, maybe she could kill her dad. And I was so against like writing somebody murdering someone for some reason. I just hadn't done that, opened that gate yet. And then when I did, it was like, oh, this is fine. But then when I had people come watch it, they were like, you're so sweet and you wrote this dark, twisted thing.
Oh, good girl, good girl.
But we didn't write it just to write it. I mean, it was very, very meaningful, and it meant something to us that we were getting a really strong message across.
Yes, and you did. So you take it to festival.
Yeah, we decided to put it into some film festivals, and it got in the Twister Alley Film Festival in Oklahoma, and so we went there, me, Gracie, and our lead
Now back
actress.
up just a second.
Yeah.
How did you determine that Twister Alley was the film festival for you?
I actually had been to Twister Alley the year before. I had written a script and put it in, and I had such a blast. It felt like summer camp. So I was like telling the girls, I think we should put it in here. I think it would do well, because in experiencing a festival like that, I realized the shorter the short, the better chances you have of getting plugged into the festival.
Yeah.
Especially if you have such a powerhouse story in such a short amount of time.
After our film was shown, we got to go up and talk about it, and we talked about how, well, it did say, you know, made a part of SATO48, and someone had asked, was this a part of a 48-hour film competition? And we said, yeah, we had no budget, we had 48 hours to shoot, write, edit, direct, and they were blown away. And all of the questions came at us about how we were able to do a film like that in such a short amount of time with no money.
Sometimes getting out of your way and like having this crucible of time, you get it done.
Yeah.
A lot of filmmakers say, why don't we do this every weekend? Why do we need Jeff and Jaw to like prompt us? We could create our own prompt and do it, but nobody does.
Yeah.
I mean, some do.
Well, I like to sleep.
Yeah.
I think I can only handle it once a year.
But this led to even more, right?
Yes.
It did. So there were some producers in the building, and they heard that, and so they came and they talked to us. I was a producer as well at the time. They wanted to hire me to produce their pilot for TV, which happened to star Dana Powell,
Oh,
which
there
Gracie
we
just
go.
worked with.
There we go.
So I went to St. Louis and I produced this TV pilot with Dana, and it was so much fun.
So you both met Dana.
Totally separate.
Totally
Yeah.
separately.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then you also got another offer. We don't have to mention the director's name, Scorsese. And he said what to you? I mean,
well,
what was the
hold
offer?
on, not him.
No, he came to your house. Dinner was burned. He was
that's
very
what
gracious
happened.
about
Yeah,
it.
I had him at my house in Missouri.
That's right.
That's what
right.
happened.
I'm not coming to you. You're coming to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got a job offer to work on Killer of the Flower Moon, but I ended up not going because it didn't work with my kids' schedule.
And what did I say? A huge mistake.
They'll be there later. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be. Your kids will be there. You put them in the foster program.
Yes.
Almost all the kinks worked out of it. So good girl gets all this attention, and you're having a blast together, and you decide to work together again on SATO48.
Yeah.
And this is the science fiction piece, again, changing up the genre, Reset.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, that opening scene where she wakes up in that field.
I think I had just been deeply influenced by a lot of sci-fi at the time and just thought, what's a cool attention-grabbing opening? Okay, this girl's waking up in a field. We don't know who she is or how she got there or why she's there. And then I thought, okay, we can go from there. That'll be a really fun trail to now follow.
And I had never directed a sci-fi. So what I really love about working with Gracie is she's a really, really strong writer, and I get to kind of bring that to life visually. But whatever she's watching at the time and whatever she's influenced by is kind of what's coming my way. So I was definitely intimidated. I'd never done anything like that, but we worked with a great DP, Jordan, and that was really fun for me. It was very different than anything I'd ever done.
So how has SATO48 influenced your lives? We've heard professionally, but how personally?
I think one, you meet a lot of cool, talented people who you wouldn't ever think you'd meet in an area like this, but it turns out there's a ginormous pool of incredibly talented, passionate actors, writers, directors, cinematographers, all here. And then also it just really makes you resilient in a way you didn't know you were, and resourceful in a way you had no clue you could do.
It just boosts your creativity the more people you work with and the more diverse people you work with. I would have never worked on a sci-fi or maybe even gone down the drama rabbit hole if I hadn't met Gracie and worked with her. So I think every set you're on, you just learn from everyone around you, and that just makes you a more well-rounded filmmaker.
Well, thank you both for being here. It's so fun to have you. We always ask one final question. Would you do SATO48 again? Why or why not? And also, for someone who's out there right now watching thinking, do I have the talent? Do I have the skills? Do I know the people? How would you get them off the fence and say, and why go for it?
I'm always going to say yes, I'll do SATO48. I love it. I think that every time I challenge myself, and I think it's a really great playground and space for people to experiment, whether they're a seasoned filmmaker or they're not sure what they're doing, they've never written, they've never directed, they've never picked up a camera. Definitely just go do it and have fun, because you never know what the product's going to be, you never know what you're going to learn, and that's the most valuable thing, is just learning.
Yeah, I would definitely do it again. I think this is my 7th year doing it, and I think every year you just grow and get better and better. And to anybody on the fence about doing it, just jump in with both feet, because you're not going to do it until you do it. And then once you're in it with that time constraint, you're like, oh, we gotta go, let's get this done.
Absolutely. And talk about time constraints, we're done.
All right.
Gracie, yeah, just like that. Gracie, Shannon, thank you for being on the show. And thank you for watching SATO48 The TV show. We're glad you joined us.